This changes everything we understand about the ancient world. Gilbert Grosvenor, the founding editor of National Geographic, made the statement, "If the Ark of Noah is ever found, it will be the greatest archaeological discovery in history. It will be the greatest event since the resurrection of Christ, and it will alter all the currents of scientific thought."
Science today in modern theology teaches that the Ark in Genesis is more or less allegory and that the flood never happened.
I began working on this because I am a skeptic. If you believe in science, you don't believe in the Ark. You don't even believe it's possible for the flood to have occurred. But it was a problem with my faith because Jesus talks about the days of Noah. So I made a systematic search for what would be the real evidence if there was a flood.
Philip did all this research for 8 years, and he had just finished the second book that he wrote, showing the flood throughout history. The same time that he actually finished the book, it was announced Noah's Ark was found.
In 2008, on the top of Mount Ararat, and this ancient wood structure was discovered. I was absolutely astounded when I heard this announcement. It was matching exactly the same as my study of the Ark of Noah. Here are things that no one has seen. One thing I'm looking, because I'm skeptical, I'm saying, is there any evidence that this was actually built on the mountain? And if it was, it's such a massive structure, it would have required roads and there would be evidence of construction materials. There's nothing of the sort. Archaeologists have noted these migrations that come from around this area of this mountain, and they go to different parts of the ancient world and the Chalcolithic and the early Bronze Age. This time period actually matched the types of ceramics and artifacts that we have in this ancient wood structure. I can look at the pottery immediately and I realize it's from the right period. The truth is in the details. And the more we study and the more we see, the more convinced we become. There's hundreds of people from dozens of countries are involved in this project. They were brought together because this seems to be a discovery of historical importance. It's almost like you've got a cloudy vision. You can just see a few shadows. And then you put that good lens on it and everything comes into clarity. The more you learn about it, the more real this becomes to you.
Believers, we should be the first ones to examine this thing in our spirit and our heart and support it because it's a sign of God being real. And Noah's Ark is real. That means from Genesis to Revelation is all real.
The big problem is the fact that, like everything else, archaeology is driven by funding. And so that's a part of this that has to be done for the world to really, really see what has been discovered.
The timing is now. This is the best time to get involved right now.